Hey, you shouted.
Okay. All right. So, how many of you are from Bangalore? Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay. How many of you own a property in Bangalore? 3, 4. Okay, 5. Okay, there are 5 houses we are going to talk about. All right. How many of you are in Bangalore for the first time? Right. You just arrived or for the conference. Okay, you arrived. Okay, tell me what you know about Bangalore, please. Intern where? Siemens. Okay. And what made you choose Bangalore? Siemens pushed you here. Okay. All right. So, sir, how long have you been in Bangalore? Okay, 1971. Okay. So between 1 month and 1971, that's the widespread knowledge we have in this room. And let's try to talk about where is Bangalore today and where do we take it forward, right? The 74th Amendment of the Indian Constitution speaks about the decentralization of the powers to the third tier of government, right? The 73rd Amendment was the Panchayat Raj Act, which spoke about devolution of powers to the local gram panchayats, etc. And 74th is about the urban municipal bodies. Now, with that background, we are still waiting for that to be implemented over the last 20 years, 25 odd years. Nevertheless, there is something called as the Bruhat Bengaluru Mahanagara Palike, which is our local body, which will help us with services such as water, services such as solid waste management, do proper revenue collection, and provide a series of services. We'll talk about the series of services little later. Now, talking about any urban local body, there is of course a revenue and an expenditure, right? I think expenditure is something that you can go into because the BBMP is much maligned for the maladministration in the expenses side. Today's talk will look at how do we take forward the revenue side of the BBMP. Any urban local body has various sources of revenue, right? What could be the typical sources of revenue you can think of? Property tax, parking fees, hoardings, advertisement. Tendering for what?
Earnest money that come through tender that the government gives out.
Those will be deposits, right? I mean, it's not income per se.
They have attached license fees and so on.
Okay, some form of deposits which may be refundable, non-refundable.
Yeah, they are non-refundable.
They are non-refundable. Stop and establishment charge.
All booking contractors also to register themselves for paying some.
Yeah. So now we have new forms of taxation that's being talked about. PGs should be taxed. They should be registered, and all that stuff is happening around. Food producers and all that stuff. Right? So now, if you look at it, world over, the biggest amount of revenue comes through the property taxes. Okay. Every year, the BBMP has grandiose plans of an expenditure that goes up to 10,000 crores. Okay. However, when you look at the revenue side, this big elephant called as the property tax at best is getting 2,000 crores. And if not for something that happened 14 years ago, which was the self-assessment scheme, before that, the situation was even more pathetic. So here you have the world's fastest growing city, India's highest per capita income city. In Bangalore's per capita income is about $9,000 US, right? So highest per capita income in India, and this city has the revenue coming in at about 2,000 crores, but wants to spend 10,000 crores. And that's the reason why you see that BBMP is almost seen as bankrupt. They have huge amount of debt, and that debt is going into such a level that the interest payment is 1 crore a day. Okay, so 365 crores is just going out as interest. So that's gross financial mismanagement. So now let's look at what would you do if you were in such a mess. Okay, what would you do if you were in such a mess? We all know that with the self-assessment scheme, there is a value that you assess for. There are a set of guidelines, and of course some official will say whether it's right or wrong, and you resolve, you negotiate and you resolve, and then you pay your tax. We were looking at some data which is the core of today's talk, of saying how many people are paying property taxes, right? So here is the data of people who have paid property tax in these 10 days. Okay, it has the date of payment, the assessment year for which the tax has been paid. The current application number is a very interesting number. You should see it's a much maligned number that you can go out and then look at it. The name of the owner, the property address, and the amount paid. Okay. If you look at this sheet, I think this is a very, very small sheet. So this is about 4,453 pages. Okay, it's got about 1,32,293 houses, right? Similarly, you have a different sheet for another period, which has 3,588 houses and 1 lakh households. Okay. Is this the best form in which you can preserve your main source of revenue? How else can we think of organizing this information and knowing how good is my revenue coming in and how am I able to manage this? In 2009, I was involved in a project to do door-to-door collection of waste in an area called as Rajendra Nagar. For people who might have not heard of Rajendra Nagar, it's a low-income community, low-income area that's bang opposite the passport office near Kormangla. In this place, we had very, very erratic collection of waste happening. We used to talk to various citizens and say, okay, here are a bunch of people who are coming and doing door-to-door waste collection. How happy are you? And would you be willing to pay a user fee? So they said, sir, we are not happy to pay a user fee, though we will be happy to pay, but the service is very erratic. Then we said, okay, how do we kind of solve this problem? When we introduced a not even a GIS, we just printed out the map as Google saw it, and we gave it to our partners who are going and picking up waste, and said, follow this routine. One day you will go here, the next day you will go there, and person 1 will collect here, person 2 will collect here, person 3 will collect here. In no less than 2 months, we had a much more higher satisfaction from users, and they were willing to pay the user contribution. This was much before BBMP came and messed up by saying garbage collection part on the there is a garbage collection cess also you pay on your property tax. Okay. So if you want to make the markets function, if you want to make waste management sustainable and to run, the best way to kill it is what the government did. Here at least the user would pay only if he was convinced. Now the government centralized it, and then Bangalore made it to the top of the New York Times, right? From being the garden city to garbage city. The beauty of the maps is of us being able to relate to it better, of us being able to see how many houses in this particular cluster are paying, not paying, what is the variation in taxation. If I and Sumandro were neighbors, okay, One of us is good, one of us is bad. Let's not go into who's good, who's bad. And we pay different property taxes. Today, the system cannot know. But the moment you start putting this on a geographic information system, you will be able to say there should be harmonization in property tax that is paid in neighborhoods. At least you should be able to normalize it on a per square foot of built up area. So there is a property ID project that is crawling along in BBMP, and BBMP is still not convinced enough that it should be sharing this kind of information out in the public domain, but it chooses to print out, share the information through PDFs. I was in a public debate, I was in a TV debate last evening on the local channel with two other politicians, and the discussion was on how true are the affidavits that are declared by contesting political contestants. Both of them very proudly said, see, there are disclosures, assets of politicians are being disclosed. Now people can make out whether it's being reported fairly or not. One was from BJP, the other gentleman was from Congress. It doesn't matter who those two gentlemen were. I had to remind to them, telling, I am very happy that you are feeling proud today. 10 years ago, when an organization called as ADR came in and said, ADR and many other organizations came in and said, you should start, public servants or people aspiring for public office should disclose their assets. Across the party lines, all political leaders came in and said, this is infringement of our privacy, we don't want to share our asset information. This battle was fought between the Honorable Supreme Court and the our esteemed legislature. So when the Supreme Court said that yes, it's a right of a citizen to know more details about his particular candidate, which includes his academic qualifications, his financial antecedents, as well as his criminal antecedents. These are three reasonable information that anybody could ask if you were to represent them. Even today, if you want to hire a maid or a driver, you would do a certain amount of background check, at least to say, okay, where do you stay, where have you worked, what all do you know. So in that logic, Supreme Court said it's fairly reasonable that politicians should be able to disclose it. All the parties across political parties came in and said, we should not be doing it. They actually made an amendment saying this is no longer required. The Supreme Court came back and said it quashed this piece of bullshit legislation, or as some political leader said, it has to be torn and put into the dustbin. And it said, no, you have to disclose, right? So the political compulsions and the political parties have their own reasons for not making these systems transparent. And that's where people like you and me can work with this data and start mapping up this piece of information into something that's more analyzable. The moment I kind of take this information and put it on to a map, at least I will be able to see which are all the posh areas where there is higher even rental values, higher property resale values. Those areas can definitely be taxed higher, right? And you will be able to say, when Sumandro and I, having same houses, pay different property taxes, you would be able to come in and say, hey, one of you can pay lower, the other guy can pay higher, or one guy has been very generous and paying very high tax, or the other guy has not been paying higher enough tax. So this is an exercise that is very useful for you to take, wherein you can transfer these information, which is in this form, and try to see, can I map it onto a map? How complete is this address? 14/1 Mosque Road, Pulakeshi Nagar. we are at least 2 or 3 cycles away to kind of capture this information and do a one-on-one mapping. But nevertheless, if we were to start this exercise, we would at least be able to find that at least people like houses like these, which are giving such detailed addresses, you could start pushing other households also to give addresses of this granularity. Right? The choice will move from a free text to a drop down. It's in the interest of the state and BBMP to say that no, I don't have funds to expand roads in a particular way or do maintenance works in a particular way, or to say we are destined to live in potholes and we will have some roads around the potholes. Right? If we were to trip this around, we would definitely have those 8,000 crores or 5,000 crores extra that we could fill the potholes with.
Why isn't BBMP doing it? They have the PIDs, they collect the PID, they have the people. I don't know why they are not doing it.
As I said, between me and Sumandro, there is somebody who's making money, okay, who talks to Sumandro and me in a different way. Right? So that discretion, okay. So there was a statement, okay, I'll not go into the most controversial part of the statement. You might have heard of this equation CDMA, not the telecom technology, okay. So let's keep C on one side. On the other side, D is for discretion, M is for monopoly, A is for accountability. D plus M minus A is equal to what? Corruption, right? So there is interest by vested parties to do this. When the self-assessment scheme came in 2000, the taxes that were collected by BBMP went up by 100%, because people had a very, very simplified way in which they could go back and assess their own property and report it to the officer and pay it. Right? So now today, if we were to kind of go out on a exercise to kind of rectify these errors in taxation and people who are out of the taxation system, somebody who has been a BBMP commissioner, I spoke to him even just before I arrived here, he said we could easily bump up the revenue collection by 50%. That is, from 2,000 crores it could go up to 3,000 crores. Some of you might remember a Facebook thread which happened between a bureaucrat who was transferred with additional charge into stamps and registrations department. This gentleman said the guidance value of each property fluctuates as much as the self-assessment scheme, right? And he said, is it possible that I could at least relate the neighborhood properties and see if this guy, when he comes to sell a property from himself to somebody else, and say, is the guidance value you are using good or bad? That way you can start seeing what is the market value and then benchmark against it. Right? Today you have a blanket guidance value that's disclosed and which is far, far away from the market value. And hence you have, every time a sale happens in Bangalore, you have some amount being given by check and some amount given in suitcases. Right? So to kind of make the suitcase companies go out of business, this gentleman said, can we try and do something like that? And we said, okay, fine, Bangalore is a bunch of geeks, we'll get all of them in one place, and on a hackathon, we will rebuild the Inspectorate of the Stamps and Registration website. We can rebuild it by a bunch of geeks who can come in and look at new ways in which this information can be put together. Lo and behold, he was transferred out in less than 1 week. Now, why would somebody who's given additional charge be transferred out? Right. So we need to understand that there are powerful forces at play. But nevertheless, we in India, the next big jump in governance will come in when we start harmonizing the various departments which always worked in silos. Us being able to solve the geo-proximity of one property with another property will help us harmonize not just the property tax but also the guidance value system. The property tax is the subject of BBMP, the guidance value system is the property of the stamps and registration department, the state level department, right? And if all of you have heard the other speakers during the day, you will realize that we live in a, I remember 10, 15, 12 years ago or 14 years ago when I started my journey as a techie, we had something called as DLL hell, and more and more solutions were about getting out of DLL hell, right? And now we live in a boundary hell, right? The postal department has its own boundary, the revenue department has its own boundary, the electoral system, be it for the corporate election, the assembly election or parliamentary election, they have their own boundaries. If we were able to harmonize these three boundaries, I mean the election commission, the BBMP, the revenue department, as well as the police department. I recently had a friend of mine who posted on his Facebook that on a particular morning at 6 a.m. this guy was on the Hebbal flyover, cycling on his morning ride, and he saw a truck that was broken down on the Hebbal flyover. So he was one of those conscientious Bangalorean who said, "Oh shit, I will move off, but in 2 hours the Bangalore traffic will start, and having a broken down lorry on a flyover will slow down everyone. So let me go and do the right thing." What is the right thing for him to do?
Call the police.
He went to the traffic cops, just on the lower side of the, I mean, as soon as you get on the flyover. And he went there, he explained the whole situation, and guess what was the first question?
Who are you?
Not necessarily. Luckily, he was not asked that. Well, he was not also asked that question. He was asked a very
That
interesting,
jurisdiction ಅಲ್ಲಿ.
What should we do about it?
yeah, which part of the flyover was it? Was it on the start of the flyover or end of the flyover? This guy did not know what to say because it was in the middle of the flyover. And then in an innocent way he asked, "Sir, how does it matter?" He says, "It's a matter of jurisdiction." While we could sit and laugh about it on an event that happened on a weekday morning, what we can't laugh about is the fact that when the most brutal rape and murder of a girl happened in Delhi a few months back, the cops took almost 4 hours, even after being at the spot of crime, to taking her to medical intervention or wherever they could take to the hospital, because they were fighting over whose jurisdiction this is.
The human values has to be brought in.
Human values has to be brought in. At the same time, we are making our own lives difficult by not harmonizing and doing something that technology can solve. And with that I would like to stop, and I'm happy to take questions. And of course, you can, if you want the URLs, I can spot these URLs. And Tej tomorrow, just a second. Tej tomorrow is doing a exercise wherein you can take a voter address and map it onto a polling station. See if you want to try and see with these PDFs, and try and see how you can plot it on a map, and see if you can cluster them. And a third exercise, if that can happen tomorrow, is associate this property ID, this current number, onto a polling station. If we can get that as an end product of saying in a polling station these are all the property IDs, then we have merged 2 different layers of information.
How did you get this, Sridhar? I missed
It's available. It's available on the BBMP. I just
Two only.
yeah.
Two for
Is
it.
it like a-
I just said BBMP and revenue.
Oh, they don't know
Is
it's
it a
publicly
query or is it
available.
a bunch of people?
They don't know. That's the.
Sorry.
They don't know it's publicly available.
No, they have put it up. They have put it up. No, I mean, so to be fair to BBMP, I think between 1 year ago and now, they seem to have reformed a little. 1 year ago, I was told that there were about 315 bank accounts with the name BBMP in various banks and branches. Even the commissioner did not know how many of, even the commissioner did not know many of them. Yeah, Meera.
602 3 years ago.
Oh, 602 3 years ago. See, we are moving faster, right? So someday, I mean, I'm sure the commissioner will know at least one bank account where a lot of money is sitting there, right? So even if you paid a tax, it could have been siphoned off and it could have been put in other system, right?
No, but incidentally, this whole bankruptcy, lack of money is still there. Right?
It
There are
is.
so many vendors they don't pay with. The
Yes.
whole contract system
Yeah.
messed up because of that.
Yeah, recently there was one initiative which I was involved in, wherein we spoke to the chief minister and we said there is a system called as Tender Sure, wherein you can build roads which would not need maintenance for at least 20 years, where you can put all the utilities on the side roads and then you need not dig the road for anything that you have to do for the utilities. So this was demonstrated on Vittal Malya Road, and then the CM said, okay, I'm going to give you 100 crores, let BBMP put in 100 more crores, and then with 200 crores you can do 6 or 7 other roads. The CM transferred the money, but in BBMP once the money came in, it was, so some officer in BBMP chose to pay the pending contractors instead of putting this money for a specific fund. Yeah, so, okay, 1 minute. So you can have tied funds. If everything is like, a hundi on which everybody puts in their money, well, it can be used for anything that you want, low or high priority. Okay, sorry, yeah. Do you have time for Q&A or I'm done?
Yeah, I will take time to call everybody outside now.
So we're trying to close it up. So
Yeah, you can start calling in and
Call, you can do Q&A.
yeah, you can do that.
And then we
Just
can.
now said that solid waste management.
Yes.
I mean, I was given to understand good old days it was with the health department of ABOB division.
Yes.
Then it was very good and very effective. At that time, they were using this one EM solution. I mean, that I didn't know that they
Okay.
were using it. Because Devaki recently when I met her, I came to know I was suspended because I used this. Later on she went and then because after suspension it was given to engineering department.
Right.
Then all this Mandur and whatever is happening.
Yeah.
Now, last 2 years I've been just watching it. Two of our mayors, the moment they came, they went to one Mumbai and studied, another went to London and studied.
Yes.
And all that is happening.
Yes.
And in spite of that, Mumbai, which is much bigger than us, spending less than 300 rupees a ton, whereas we are spending more than 400 per ton. Have there been any?
Yeah. So one thing that I would say is the next Nobel Prize should be given to somebody who can say how much waste does Bangalore produce.
It's around 900 tons per day on an average.
There are estimates which say there are up to 3,000 tons a day.
No, that's there.
Yeah.
Then
So the point is somewhere between 900 tons and 3,000 tons is where the payment happens. And you know where the payment happens. It's unlikely to be 900 tons and the reality will be 3,000 tons. So let's pick a let's pick the number and assign what is the reality and what is the payments
because
done.
they have reached that stage, but unfortunately now this time the contractors have become the carpenters. So both the sides the door is closed.
So 3,000 tons may be the reality or the payments made. Okay. So just to add one more thing, I was recently following one of my student is a BBMP counselor. I was following some of her work. She was actually the chair of a standing committee in BBMP. They came out with a report which said 95% of the underground the internet cable connection that's underground is illegal. Okay, let me repeat: 95% of the underground cable is illegal. Right? So there are certain so this is like I don't know what to say. Elephant came by and ran through this room, and none of us noticed. Right? And we said we have only given permission for a mouse to go or and I don't think the elephant went by. Right? So how can somebody come and dig our roads?
Sir, I think there is a thing.
24 times higher than the allowed
not like
permit.
this. It was one time digging exercise has been done one. If you even open at one particular location, there are different colored ones.
Yes.
The money is paid only for one. What our Reliance, Dhirubhai Ambani did, he got paid the tax for one plant and got 10 plants. The same way, one piping has been paid money and the 10 of them are there, then they are using it.
Let's find out. It's a good exercise for us to
It's
find
easy
out.
to find
So that's the
out.
second Nobel Prize that can be won in Bangalore.
Color code is also there in that.
Yes. So
Orange, blue and something
correct,
like that.
correct. Okay. So with that, I would like to end. And any further questions? No. Okay. We can have the closing session then. Thank you.